Bickley and Marotta. Bickley and Marotta Mornings. Arizona Sports. The local sports leader. Bickley Blast.
So, to get real insight on the mindsets of Suns fans, I wandered into the deep-seek world of artificial intelligence, and here's what I found out. Quote, Suns fans are passionate, loyal, and definitely resilient. They remain fiercely dedicated to their team. The energy at their home games is electric, and they've got a strong sense of community among them, always rallying behind their players, end quote. Now, nowhere in the world of AI did I find any mention that Suns fans were merchants of negative energy, but that's what Kevin Durant railed on yesterday in a sparring session on social media, ripping skeptical and overly critical members of the fan base. He said he wants real Suns fans in attendance, and when he was told, hey, it's just constructive criticism, he said, quote, we've got coaches for that. It was classic KD with a twist, because he's either delusional how the first 40-plus games have hit the valley, or he's confident that things are about to change for the better, that the Suns do not deserve the trolling they get online. It's a nice thought, and certainly KD has been fantastic for 2 years running, but the Suns need to know how deeply they affect us all, how they should never half-ass halves of basketball games, and how they should use our hunger as their fuel. All right, today's Bickley Blast brought to you by my great friends at Chapman BMW, who make luxury attainable. Find them online at chapmanbmw.com.
You went down the road of AI.
Oh, it gets better. It gets better. I actually began having a conversation with AI, and it was really, 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 really strange, Vinny. Okay, so I got the response that I read to you, and there was some more of it, like, quote, fans also seem to have this chip on their shoulder from being in a tough Western Conference where the competition is intense. But even when things aren't going well, there's this underlying optimism and hope that next season could be the one when they break through. So I literally asked the question of AI, are Suns fans tormented? The response began, ha ha. I'm like, a computer algorithm is laughing? What kind of world am I living in? But it said, quote, ha ha. I'd say there's definitely a sense of torment for Suns fans, but it's more like a mix of frustration, anticipation, and maybe a bit of hope that things will finally click. And they go on, and I'm like, well, I'm kind of impressed by this. They concluded by saying,
"Are you going to be a regular user?"
AI concluded by no, it scares the heck out of me. When I began conversing with an algorithm, I'm like, I got to back off this. But it concluded by saying, there's a lot of pride in being a Suns fan, even through the tough seasons, the loyal supporters stick with the team. It's almost like they expect greatness, but they've been let down enough times that when things go well, it's almost hard to fully believe it. I'm like, okay. Not bad.
Yeah, that's all fascinating. And I believe even though it's AI generated, there's some truth to it. There is resilience. There is loyalty. Levels of passion, I mean, they increase and they decrease. Is the atmosphere at the arena the same as it was in 2021 when they were playing for the finals? It's not close, in my opinion, and there's a number of reasons for that. But Kevin Durant, again, I'm me, I do me, and I chill. Yes. That is his motto. He should know.
He knows better than
anybody. You're not going to get anything but negative energy merchants on Twitter for the most part.
That's right. He knows the nature of Twitter. So you've got to ask yourself, why did he fight that battle when he knows better than anyone what Twitter is all about?
And it was a seemingly innocuous response to somebody who said, a pessimistic response, no doubt. Don't worry, the Suns will disappoint us again.
Yeah.
That's where tonight comes in.
Uh-huh. Right.
Tonight can be a very big step in the direction of quieting those people who are expecting the shoe to drop.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And we've seen that. And it isn't just a level of not having the right talent or the right pieces. It's the other things that have hit the fan base. It's the passionless nature of the team at times, the joyless nature of the team, the lack of cohesion, the lack of the floating on the court instead of busting backside. all those things. And it's not just me. Kellen Olson's chronicled it. Anybody who's watched the team has seen the variances in performance. So, lock into it. Lock into it and make it the team's mission that you're never going to be that team again. Because if you're KD and you're Devin Booker, what you say will go. And what you and the direction you set for your teammates will be followed.
Yeah. And when you're halfway through this season, too, coming out of the summer, it was another full year of Kevin Durant and Devin Booker together. They were both together on Team USA, which I got to say, I find it interesting. And it was a cool moment at the arena the other night pregame because Grant Hill was in attendance and presented both Book and KD with their Olympic gold medal rings. I was like, isn't the gold medal itself the prize? Now, you need a ring, too?
That's very, very odd. I have always thought that.
But the consensus from even people who are shoveling dirt and pointing and laughing at the Suns now at the time was, oh, the Olympics are going to be great for this team. They got the experience of tough games. Devin Booker did whatever the team asked him to do and helped lead them to a championship. Kevin Durant was Kevin Durant. This is only going to pay dividends for the Suns. Has it paid dividends?
No, not yet. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think KD's mood has been really good. So I think it's helped that. I think KD being decorated as being sort of universally praised for being the greatest men's basketball player in Olympic history in this country. I think that the gold medal, the way he shook off that lingering injury and then just came out and just lit up that team the first time he touched the court. All that stuff I think has affected the way people view KD in a favorable manner, and I think it's made his mood good. I only think now is when Devin Booker is starting to show the athleticism that the Suns need him to show, for what that's worth.
Yeah, I don't know.
But better late than never.
Yeah, I don't know if Book was playing through something. He certainly was a different player for much of the first half of the season, and that's coming around a bit, and we see the scoring touch again.
Yeah.
His attitude, I don't think, has changed. A lot of people will say, oh, he's a different guy now. I was listening to Devin Booker talk in the locker room from the weekend game, the game against Washington on Saturday, and there was a lot of talk about Kellen, I assume, is putting together a big piece on Devin Booker when he becomes the Suns' all-time leading scorer, which is going to happen very soon. He's less than 200 points away from passing Walter Davis. But Book was saying, I'm not a guy that talks a lot. So I tell stories through my shoes. It's important to me because I'm not a guy that's out front and very verbose. And I thought that was very interesting.
So did I.
He has a very, very clear identity to himself.
Yeah.
And he's been nothing but true to it.
Yes. Talk kind of guy.
Yeah.
And that is why this team still needs an alpha. I think KD is kind of exactly the same. KD's the chill guy. Now, I do agree with you about this, the overarching point you made, that there were fears that something fundamentally had changed in Devin Booker's nature. And I think it was very fair to raise those questions, mostly because of the "we're just chilling" comment last year. That went over like a lead balloon.
It did.
But the more you hear him talk, and I think he also knows that the day is coming when I am going to be celebrated for being the best player in franchise history, and he's going to get that with that scoring record. It's going to become, I think, universally acclaimed at that point. So I think he's been more careful to be less dismissive and be more open and be more the Book that we've always known. I think when I've heard him speak to the media after some of the more recent games, I'm like, okay, he's back. That's the guy.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Suns and Timberwolves tonight, 7:00 as they wrap up their homestand. 6:00 pregame here on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Thanks for watching Bickley and Marotta. Click to see the latest Bickley Blast and hit the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.